You can make any man obsessed with you. And the best part is, you don't have to do anything extra. You actually have to do less. So you've been going on dates, you've been matching with these men on dating apps, and for whatever reason, they're not giving you the attention or the validation that you feel like you deserve. You find yourself trying to accommodate and trying to make the situation work, and you see the potential. But for whatever reason, it seems like everything you do is making them want you less and less. I've said this before, but the way that a feminine woman communicates with a masculine man is different than the way a masculine man communicates with a feminine woman. Which is why in this video, I'm gonna give you a few simple tweaks that you can do to your communication. So when you're communicating with these men, you're not repelling them. You're actually activating that chasing instinct that they have within themselves that's going to make them want to chase you and make them be obsessed with you, actually. And this is not playing mind games. This is literally just owning who you truly are, which is a goddess. And you are reminding them that access to you is not given. It's not a guarantee. They have to earn it. The first tip is to stop talking so much. You don't need to over communicate or over explain every single thing. They have a limited attention span. They have a limited amount of space in their minds that they're gonna fit all this information. When you're talking with your girlfriends, we give as much details as possible. We paint the whole picture because that's how we speak as women. When you're speaking to men, it's not the same way. Men are very practical. They're very solution oriented. So when you're communicating with them, you don't necessarily want to give them all the details about everything because they're going to get bored in their conversation. And chances are, the more that you're over explaining yourself, the more that you're going to show your insecurities, the more information you're going to give them that they can use against you. So when you've been dating someone for a long time, of course they're going to know things about you. Of course they're going to know your insecurities and you want them to understand you. But when you're first starting to date someone, it's better to stay reserved about certain things and actually just listen to what they're saying. You really want to assess if this person is the right match for you. But if you're too busy over explaining everything, then not only are you not able to hear what they have to say and see if they're a good match, but you're putting all this information out there. And when you over explain yourself, it signals to the other person that you value their opinion so much and you're nervous around them and you feel the need to just tell them everything. Now again, there's certain situations I understand you're excited about it and you want to tell them everything, but try to hold yourself back a little bit and allow them to ask. Because if they're interested, they're going to ask more about it, and the less you say, the more they're going to ask because the more they want to know. So for example, when I'm speaking with my boyfriend, even though we've been dating for a couple years now, I still use this. So he will ask me, oh, how was your day today? And instead of going, oh, my day was great, I did this and then I did this and then I went over here and I ran these errands and I had fun and I talked to this person. No. That's the way you speak to your girlfriends. That's not the way you speak to a guy. So when he asks me, oh, how was your day today? I say, oh, today was good. Then he's gonna know, oh, what did you do today? I just ran some errands. Oh, what errands did you run today? And then you just give them a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. They're gonna keep wanting to pull it out of you. Now, you don't wanna always just give one-word answers because over time it may signal to the person that you're just dry in conversation, you're not fun to talk to, but use this strategically. Hold back a little bit because they're gonna be more intrigued, and instead of you giving them everything and then them having to tune out because you're talking so much, they're actually interested because they want to know more. Tip number 2 is to not be so available to them. So you want to almost be too busy for them. Now, this is a good thing because oftentimes I see women compromising their own self-worth and compromising their own needs in order to make time for men. So I'll see that these women, they either have to study or they have to go to bed early because they have work the next day. But then if their crush calls them, they're willing to get less sleep that night and go out that night just to be able to see him. This is extremely, extremely repelling, especially when you as a woman are compromising on other things that are important to you just in order to see this man. That is what he should be doing for you, not the other way around. So when you do this, it signals to them that you're really desperate and you really don't have any type of self-importance because you're willing to let go of what's important to you so fast over someone who isn't necessarily giving you a reason to give them this importance. So like I said, when you've been dating someone for a long time or you're in a long-term relationship, it's okay to be available for them, right? Once they've earned it. But when you're first dating someone and they just met you and you're already canceling your other plans or moving around your schedule to accommodate them, it shows them like, wow, I just met this person and she's already like so desperate to see me. It's kind of weird. Like, why does she like me so much, right? Men do better when they're unsure about how you feel. Women are the opposite. And that is why I tell you, it's not that you're doing something wrong, it's that you're trying to communicate with these men in the way that you want them to communicate with you, and that's just not a magnetic way of communicating with them. Because as women, we want constant reassurance. When we see someone right at the beginning making time for us and accommodating us and making themselves available for us, that makes us feel good and that makes us want to be with them more. But when it's the other way around, it's not the same. When you're making yourself so available for someone, especially a man, they don't see it that way. They don't feel like, oh, they're making themselves available for me. This is a keeper. No, they think, oh, she's really available for me. I guess she's not as like amazing as I thought she was, because why else would she be so desperate? So for example, if you're at work or if you're at the gym and he's texting you, stop texting him right back. He knows you're at work, he knows you're at the gym, so why are you willing to just compromise on your own health in order to text him back, in order to get his attention, right? These are things that you want to start to refocus your energy on yourself and sort of make them work for it a little bit, make them wait for it a little bit. In that way, he's going to be more attracted to you. Tip number 3 is to not accommodate them so much. And this kind of goes off of the second tip, but you want to almost make it a little bit complicated. You want to make it more difficult for them to be with you. And a lot of people call this playing hard to get, but it's not a game. You are hard to get. That's the thing, that you've brainwashed yourself into thinking that you have to be desperate and you have to be available and you have to just take the scraps that are given to you. But that's not the case. You are so powerful. You are so amazing. You are a goddess. And you really, truly are hard to get. So it's not playing anything. You're really just being authentic to who you truly are and who you forgot that you were. So they must always accommodate you and your schedule. Like I said, when you've been dating someone for a long time, it's okay to accommodate them sometimes. But in the beginning, you want to make him work for it. He proposes, oh, what are you doing tonight? Oh, I'm busy, I have errands. Like, why should he think that he's gonna hit you up last minute and you're just gonna be available? He should be the one trying to figure out when he can see you, not the other way around. So if you make it a little bit difficult for him, he's gonna feel very rewarded when he finally does get to see you, when you finally do have those plans. And then when you have those plans, he's less likely to fall through or cancel the plans because it took him a lot of work to get it. So when he first asks you when you're available, or if he first proposes a date to go out somewhere, maybe don't be available for that time. Maybe say, oh no, I can't that day. but maybe the next day. Or, oh, I can't, I'll let you know when I'm available. And then never text him back and wait for him to follow up again. Like, these are the things that you want to remind them that they need to be accommodating you. Because in a relationship, it really doesn't matter who's more attractive, who's this, who's that. It matters who has the confidence and who knows their worth. And men use these games to try to manipulate and do wrong by women. But when women are using these tactics, it's more so to gain the respect that they deserve. So don't feel bad following these tips and thinking, oh my gosh, I'm playing mind games. You're not playing mind games. The only thing that you're doing is breaking out of the old habits of being so available, of being so low worth, so insecure, so desperate, into being the goddess that you are. So moving forward, when you're talking to men, ask yourself, what would a goddess do? If I were literally the president, if I were literally the queen of England, what would I do? How would I react to this situation? How would I walk into a room? Would I always be available for someone? Would I cancel other plans in order to accommodate someone else's schedule? Would I allow them to fall through on plans and then just reschedule just like that? That's another big thing. Like, if they make plans with you and then they cancel last minute, or they don't say anything and then they don't confirm the plans, they're gonna text you back. Okay, trust me, they will text you back again. They will ask you out again. But you're not gonna just say yes again. You're gonna remind them, oh wait, we had plans, you fell through, and now you just wanna make plans with me again? No, no, no. But you're not gonna say that, right? You're gonna show them through your actions. Because when you're communicating with men, it's all about your energy. It's about your behavior. The words that you're saying go in one ear, out the other. They don't care. They're gonna look at your actions. Because at the end of the day, there's women, and men have a lot of experience with this, where women will give ultimatums all the time. They will yell and scream and cry and drop them and block them. But then 10 minutes later, they'll just accept them back into their lives. They'll take them back. So men don't really pay attention to what women say, because they've realized that women will say, I hate you, we're done. And then 10 minutes later, they'll be answering their phone calls again. So that's why you have to show through your actions what you're willing to accept and what you're not willing to accept. Because when you think you're just gonna communicate and tell them, oh, you hurt me, they're not going to take it seriously unless you're already in a long-term relationship where they already have that respect for you. They already understand that they need to earn you every single day, and they're going to be more likely to listen. So now if I communicate something to my boyfriend, he's going to listen to it. He's going to take it into consideration and he's going to act on it. Whereas when we were first dating, I wouldn't necessarily communicate that. I would more so just remove myself to show him that, hey, when you did this, you got less attention. And when you do this, you get more attention. Simple as that. So you choose. And then at the end of the day, you have to be willing to accept what they do. So the biggest issue I see is that women will use these tips and they will set themselves apart, but then when they realize, oh, he's actually not that into me and he's not responding the way I thought he would, then they go back to their old ways and they once again make themselves available to them and once again try to accommodate them and try to over-explain things to them. So that's the worst thing you can do when you set a boundary and the other person shows you they don't care, and then you break that boundary to try to keep them in your life. That's extremely desperate and it's not going to work out for you. It really will not work out for you. You're actually just going to keep doing that over and over again, and you will find yourself years later still not getting the results that you want, and you'll be so confused, like, why? We've been trying so hard, we've been through so much. Why are they still not acting right? We've had this conversation a million times. Well, it's because they have no respect for you, sweetie. But hopefully this video helped you. If you are a woman who wants to stop settling for less, tap into your savage feminine and get what you want out of life, then check out my website in the description because I have some amazing resources for you. I love you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Mwah.